Hello, it has been a hot minute since I've been on this platform and to talk about my garden. A lot has happened since my last video and a lot hasn't happened as well because I am a busy human being, but I am already starting up some cabbages and broccolis and that type of thing for winter, but I wanted to show you what's going on in the garden at the moment, what I'm planning on for the winter season, and to just speak about some exciting things that are happening. So come along. I am going to begin with the cosmos that I have here right next to me. I have never really been much of a flower girl. I've always appreciated flowers from afar, but having grown my first bunch of flowers, the joy that it has brought me, I am definitely going to be planning to incorporate a lot more flowers in the garden, not just for the benefit to my eyes, but for the beneficial insects that they will bring. I was also gifted from my beautiful friend Beck some of her fig trees. Now, when she gifted them to me, they had lots of leaves and they had little baby figs on them, and they started dying out, but I peeled that all back so it could give it energy to root down, and I'm hoping that these are going to take. We shall see how that goes, but it's just a little experiment for myself. But I have two here to test out and see, and I absolutely adore figs, so if this takes off, I am onto a winner. I will now take you with me because that's about it from this little section, besides the red cabbages that were from last year that I left in, and that is also an experiment because they obviously started a lot sooner than if I had started them for this season. Bless you! My little kitty just sneezed. Yeah, so that will be interesting to see how quickly I get red cabbages in the winter. Alright, start with the towers. Now, I was doing a liquid feed every 2 weeks, and it got a bit much for me. I do so much that I like to just almost set and forget. So I have now changed over to this nutrient here from Aptus. And this one I just have to mix it in with the cocoa core, and then I think it said every 3 months mix in some more. So it's a lot less handling on my part, which is a tick. Now, I haven't amended these ones, but I have amended the middle beds, and I've kind of forgotten what I've planted in here. I definitely know that there is coriander up here at the front, and I'm pretty sure spinach, we've got some kale. I know that I planted lettuces as well. I kind of wanted this to be my greens bed. I've also got some beetroot by the looks of it. I'm not too sure on what else is going on there. It's kind of a surprise. Last year when I first started planting, I was very strict on labeling everything, which I appreciated because I could obviously, know what it was as it was coming up. But I wanted to test out a new method and kind of just wing it as I go. I might double plant things because they're already planted. Who knows? But we're gonna see. This one I obviously have not done much with, and I was planning on this afternoon to get in there because this now has insects, and I'm guessing aphids, little white bugs. But yeah, I need to get rid of that because that's from last season. I've got just remnants of dead dry plants. I also still have some spinach coming up and some more lettuce, so I need to amend those beds. And I'm gonna flip you around and show you where the potato patch was, which I'm pretty sure I videoed that didn't go too well, but I actually did harvest some potatoes out of it and they were lovely. And don't mind the sprinklers have just turned on, but I will show you some potatoes have actually come up, funnily enough. So I thought I got everything out, but I clearly didn't. And over here we have the sweet potatoes, which are looking wonderful and they're taking really well. Very, very happy with that. I want to plant garlic soon, and I'm thinking to plant the garlic just in here. The passion fruit, which I've managed to train really well on this side, not so much on that side, but that is because it was beans and all sorts mixed in there. But the passion fruit is looking quite well. And then we've got the cabbages, which I need to add some more into all the beds basically, but I need to add some more into here, and I want to do more flowers around the edging. So that is the first mission, is flowers. I also need to get rid of, I started obviously picking carrots the other day and left them in haste. My parsley is looking delicious and wonderful. I think I might redo carrots and onions in this bed, possibly. I've got a cucumber back there that was started a bit late, but I'm keeping him going, and I have some flowers on there, so fingers crossed we get some cucumbers. My beautiful friend Lacey found this for me, and it's absolutely divine. I can't remember the name of the shop, but I do know that it was from I think a 1970s house, she was saying. Don't quote me on that. Then I have my beautiful chilies, my oh so beautiful chilies, which I'm thinking of keeping a few in here and seeing if I can take them over the winter season. But I'm going to start harvesting soon, drying, and I think powdering them more so than anything. I don't have enough of the green salsas that I would have wanted to pickle, but that's a-okay. Yes, just look at this. This is the Brazilian starfish chili. If she wants to focus for me, that would be lovely. No? There we go. This was one that was suggested to me by my friend Iris, and it is edible bush tucker, firstly, and it is native thyme, which tastes quite minty. So I love mint in most things. Minty, almost citrusy as well, super fresh, really pungent, and it's such a beautiful plant as well. So I've added that into the garden, which I'm very happy about. And I have amended some of this bed. I took out all of the peas and the beans. The beans had started to creep onto there, and that is why I have not really managed this one as well as I did the other side. That's kind of how I wanted it to be, but I'm gonna retrain it, and if this one's just a little bit more bushy on that side, that's perfectly fine. My basil is going great, which is overshadowed by the eggplant, and I should have, there we go, got an eggplant there. I think I've harvested 2 big ones and quite a few of the smaller ones, which I've taken the smaller plant out. And as you can see, I've left it in there because I am trying out the whole no dig method. So I'm just cutting it on the ground, keeping it there, letting the root system remain in ground. So we shall see. We shall see. Everything is we shall see. And this is so overexposed. Is that better that way? I don't know. It's been a while since I've been behind the camera. Yes, I also planted out a broccoli, which is looking pretty good. I will zoom in on that one and show you. There we go. So there's my little broccoli. All right, greenhouse time. So these clearly need a little bit of a watering and some loving, but I have cauliflowers started and I'm going to be thinning out the seedlings there and keeping the strongest ones. I've got some leeks going, which I've tested out the cutting the tops method to make them a bit thicker, and it seems to actually be working. So I've got leeks, onions, some more beets coming through, some mustard greens, but I'm mainly wanting to focus on, say, the cauliflowers and the cabbages for winter. And my cabbages are not doing too great because I have been so busy. So what I'm gonna do is, it's getting colder now as well, I'm gonna restart a lot of these seedlings today. I'm gonna amend some of the beds, clear out some stuff. I'm also gonna plant in ground a few things just to test out and see how it goes in my area and get the ball rolling with cabbages, because my cauliflowers are doing great, cabbages not so much, except for the ones that are in ground already. And then I need to have a look see at what else I want to plant and grow and eat. So I shall do that, and I will show you some snippets of me doing some gardening things in my fluffy slippers, because we are all about comfort here. And I don't know what else to say. It's been so long since I've been on here. Have you guys started up a garden? Are you growing food? What are you growing? If you are in the area and you know me, hit me up. Let's become gardening friends so we can inspire each other to get in the garden when it's really cold at night and you come home from work and it's late. Although I do really love the cold evenings with the fairy lights and just the stillness that the garden does bring. So once the winter veggies are up and running and it's a lot more green and lush, this is going to be the perfect spot to be. I started my herbology course yesterday, and in my airy spirit I have already started purchasing some herbs that I want to add into the garden. I'm glad that I waited till I started this course before I started incorporating herbs as much as I have. I've obviously got culinary herbs that I love and adore in the garden, but I really want to start putting in more thought into what plants and medicines I'm adding in that I can use in the future. So I will show you as I plant some of these, and I took a special little antique from work so that I can plant my plant ally that has called to me, and I'm so excited to work with it and see and journal, and I anticipate the changes that will take place that I know I was called to it for. still not focusing. I will catch you on the flip side. I'm not going to promise when because I'm busy.